Not every legendary engine became famous. Some were powerful, reliable, and way ahead of their time, yet they remain forgotten. Today, we uncover 6 American engines that truly deserve more fame. Ford 300 Big 6, 1965 to 1996. While most people know Ford for the 302 V8 or the 460 Big Block, the Ford 300 Inline 6 quietly became one of the toughest engines America ever built. Introduced in 1965, this 4.9-liter straight-six powered trucks, vans, industrial machines, tractors, generators, forklifts, airport tugs, and even military vehicles. It wasn't designed for speed, it was built to never die. The engine featured a heavy cast iron block, oversized crankshaft journals, forged steel crank, and thick cylinder walls. It had unbelievable low-end torque, perfect for towing, hauling, and off-road work, delivering around 240 to 260 pound-feet even in bone stock form. It survived extreme abuse in oil fields, farms, delivery trucks, and construction sites, often hitting over 700,000 to 1 million miles without being rebuilt. Ford 514 crate, 1990s to 2010s. When people think of Ford performance engines, they think of the 302, 460, or Coyote. But Ford once built a crate engine so big and powerful that it shocked the performance world, the Ford 514 crate. Based on the 460 Lima block, it was stroked and upgraded to become a 514 cubic inch, 8.4-liter monster offered directly from Ford Racing. It produced over 625 horsepower and 600-plus pound-feet of torque straight from the factory, naturally aspirated with iron heads or available aluminum versions for track and drag racing. This engine was specifically made for muscle car restorations, street rods, drag racing, and boat use. It had insane torque, excellent aftermarket support, and could handle crazy horsepower levels with upgrades. Ford's answer to GM's ZZ502. The Ford 400 is one of the strangest and least understood American engines ever made. Introduced in 1971, it was never intended to be a performance engine, but today it's a goldmine for engine builders. It belonged to the Ford 335 series, along with the 351 Cleveland, but had a completely different job: provide big block torque in a small block package. Stock versions had low compression due to emissions regulations, which made them slow. But enthusiasts later discovered a secret. With Cleveland high-flow heads and a performance cam, the 400 has huge torque potential. Today, people build them into 408, 421, 434, or even 470 stroker beasts. Ford 557 Big Block. This isn't an official production engine, but it's one of the biggest Ford big blocks ever built using factory architecture. The Ford 557 is a stroked and bored Ford 460/429 Lima block, upgraded to 557 cubic inches, 9.1 liters. With the right parts, these engines easily reach 700 to 900 horsepower naturally aspirated, or well over 1,200 with forced induction. They became cult favorites in drag racing, mud trucks, pulling tractors, and off-road monster builds. Why is it forgotten? Because unlike Chevy's 572 or Ford's 514, the 557 was never officially offered by Ford. It was a legendary stroker combination created by engine builders. Brutal torque, iron strength, thick cylinder walls, and huge aftermarket support made it the ultimate Ford big block sleeper. While it was never a factory-produced engine, the 557 became a legend in the custom racing world because it used the original Ford 460 block architecture, yet delivered performance numbers that rivaled even modern supercharged engines. It became famous as the biggest big block Ford you could build using a stock 460 block. Oldsmobile 350, 1968 to 1980. So many people make this mistake. Oldsmobile 350 is not the same as Chevrolet 350. Different block, different bore spacing, different oiling, different heads, different design. The Oldsmobile 350 Rocket V8 came in 1968 and was part of the legendary Oldsmobile Rocket V8 family. It featured a unique high nickel block heavy-duty internals, and was known for excellent durability. It wasn't just used in cars, it powered trucks, boats, RVs, generators, and even industrial machines. In 1978, GM even turned it into a diesel engine, making it the infamous 350 diesel. While Chevy's 350 became the most famous small block ever, the Oldsmobile 350 remained a quiet workhorse, known for smooth power and durability, but never got the same spotlight. It was built with a high nickel block that made it tougher and stronger than most Chevy small blocks. Mechanics loved it because it ran smooth, lasted forever, and rarely needed a rebuild. Pontiac 428, 1967 to 1969. Everyone knows the Pontiac 389 and 455, but between them lived a fantastic yet forgotten engine, the Pontiac 428. Built from 1967 to 1969, this engine was designed to deliver big torque, but rev more freely than the 455. It came in legendary cars such as the Pontiac Grand Prix, Bonneville, and Firebird, and even secretly powered some early GTO builds. At its peak, it produced 390 horsepower and 465 pound-feet, making it one of the strongest factory Pontiac engines ever released. The 428 had excellent bore-to-stroke ratio, strong internals, and smooth power delivery. It was extremely loved by drag racers for its balance of strength and rev potential. So why was it forgotten? Because the Pontiac 455 overshadowed the Chevy, and the 428 was only built for 3 years.